Hello and welcome to this next in my series of building your intuition tips. So one of the topics that people have brought up to me several times, the way that they phrase it is protecting yourself from negative energies. And I'm always a little careful about how I describe this because I have been in touch with other spiritual and bodywork practitioners and such that really do focus a lot on this concept of protection. And the bottom line is, be careful what you wish for. If you're going into your everyday, so this is beyond like reading cards or some kind of intuitive exercise, but if you're asking that question, you know that energies are always at play out there in the world. And the bottom line with energy, and I learned this not only from Reiki, but also my ongoing study of the law of attraction, and I've also really learned this through my studies with the American Society of Dowsers, when I was learning to dowse, both with a pendulum, and I use rods and I use my body. Like, I dowse every single day. And it's the connection to your higher self, to the biggest part of who you are that still is in existence up there in the ethers. And it serves as a wisdom source, kind of like an umbilical cord. You're always attached to it when you're here on earth. That wisdom is always available to you. And all through those various things that I've learned along the way is the energy you give out is the energy you get back. It's, as above, so below. It's the yin and the yang. It's being able to understand that you're in an energy interplay all the time with the environments and the people around you. So if you're asking this as a core question about how to protect yourself from negative energies, methinks that you're focused on negative energies, on people, things, energy in general is out to get me. And I understand how that can be because people can have some tough circumstances. And I have gone through times in my life when I was a whole different kind of person. It's when I was drinking very, very heavily, and I was not who I truly am. And there were lots of negative things happening in my life, and I looked at things on social media with such an eye for negativity and wanting to call people out or wanting to call people on their stuff that they were putting out there, or looking for the lies. And it's all about, you got to consider the perception that you are choosing to have no matter what has gone on in your life. The words that changed my life were everything is a choice, and that most definitely includes your perceptions. So if you are thinking that I'm up and I'm awake and I'm wondering what shit's going to hit the fan today, I want you to stop yourself, and in that moment, the earlier in the day, the better. Give yourself a light bath, okay? I find this is really powerful in the shower if I'm having a day where it's kind of like waking up on the wrong side of the bed. You're just kind of not really yourself, and something's kind of off, and your brain isn't working in the way to be productive and positive for you. We all have those days, so that's kind of what I'm talking about for this exercise. When you get in the shower, most people shower in the morning. You get in the shower, that hot water is flowing over you. A really powerful visual is to actually take the soap and really lather up your hands in good shape, and allow that lather to be on your hands. And step out of the shower for a moment, out of the water flow, and I want you to create, as you're doing your lather, Imagine you're creating this ball of light, and having the lather is helpful as a visual, as a tangible element in this. And I want you to take that and use it like as if you split it into two balls and you both have lather all over them, and you're gonna go all over your head with that lather, your face, your neck. You're going to go all over your whole body. You happen to be cleaning yourself at the same time, but you're energetically, you make the intention at the start of that exercise as you're lathering up and you're sponging down. That's another way to look at those balls of lather. You're sponging off any energies that are not positive potential for yourself. You know, I'm sponging off anything that blocks or acts as a barrier in any way to my positive potential. And that's what you're sponging off. And then you step under that water and you let the water just rinse all that right down the drain, and it transmutes it. With your intention being that about your positive potential, that is the very thing that cleanses your energy. And just know it's happening. You don't have to necessarily, it can feel silly or whatever. It's real because you put intention behind it. And maybe as you're doing it, your eyes are closed, and just imagine if you see a color. I very often see this kind of pukey looking green. It's very sludgy looking. Sometimes I see black, but it often is this very dark, sludgy kind of color. It's yucky. And just imagine what is that in your mind's eye? And then see that just going down the drain. It's been released from you. You know, if you have one of those days where you wake up almost expecting the negative to happen, that's in need of a cleansing. And we all do get in places where our energy field and our body needs cleansing. So that's one example. Of course, you can do saging. That I put another video up that I'll link to if you haven't seen that, about how to sage. That's a wonderful way to cleanse your energy field. Ooh, I thought there was a twig coming down on me. All the trees are right in this. They're all talking to you here. They're just swaying and opening the window to the sky here. Understand that cleansing that energy field is like cleansing your house. It does need to happen. So if you see yourself getting agitated, frustrated, very little patience, those kind of feelings, it's an agitation, that you need an energy cleanse. Of course, you can go to a bodywork practitioner. Having massage is a wonderful way to do that. Getting into a saltwater anything, a saltwater bath. I will share what my nutritionist recommends, which is, 2 cups of Epsom salt, 1 cup of baking soda, and I do 2 palmfuls of pink Himalayan salt, and I usually put some kind of lavender drops in the bath. That is a great way to cleanse your physical body, but also your whole energy field. That's a good way. As I mentioned, something like massage or any kind of energy work or acupressure or acupuncture would be good ways to get energy flow moving too. Absolutely, but not everybody's got the money or has a practitioner they trust in that regard. Getting out in nature, get away from your environment for a little while. Take the time to go and even have an hour in a totally random kind of place that feels really peaceful to you. That can be an instant energy cleanser because your attention is drawn to the fact that, geez, I haven't been here much, if ever, and I'm just so intrigued by everything I'm taking in around me that it spikes a new kind of energy that literally drives all that old, outdated, really decrepit kind of energy out of your field, because all this infusion of new is happening. So those are some of the ideas. I really like the shower idea the best. It feels the most tangible. But there's those other strategies too. And I guess what I want to say about that is I want you to challenge yourself to change your perspective, because everything is a choice. And I understand people are going through hard stuff. I understand people have difficult childhoods, or have had a challenging history of some sort. We all have, in one way or another, some more traumatic than others. I'm not taking any of that away from you, but how is it serving you? Is it really serving you to keep bringing that up and focusing on that? And that can even be through the types of social media posts that you choose to do. What is the flavor of those? That's energy you're putting out into the world. I mean, really these are small things, but pay attention to what is the vibe I'm putting out to the world. How is it that I answer emails? Am I all pissed off and trying to find holes or reasons why this person is trying to take me down somehow? This is all the same thing. It's looking for the negative. So the challenge to you, and this is a spiritual path challenge for everybody, because we're humans, we're not perfect, we have our days, but challenge yourself to change your perspective. That how can I begin to shift that just for today? Just for today. Maybe I'm going to start with that shower exercise and get any of that sludgy energy out. And then I'm going to challenge myself to try a new thing in the day, or drive a different path to work, a different route. Or have something completely different as a drink in the day, or something I'm going to try to eat that I've never eaten before. Change and newness adds this influx of energy into your field that is incredibly important. It charges you like nothing else. And then when that happens, you're beginning to do the steps of shifting your energy, of shifting, looking at the negative into looking for the positive and your pure potential. I mean, that is always sitting there waiting for you. But if you're always looking out for where is the bad guy hiding, because I know he or she is here somewhere, and you little bastard, I'm going to find you and hunt you down and tie you to the tree. I'm not going to let you near me. Do you understand? It's a very defensive position for your energy. This is the same I feel about cancer. I correct people, actually, for me. I'm not speaking for anybody else. For me, I do not tolerate anybody saying, you're really going to battle this, you go kick cancer's ass. I don't do that. Because the thing is, when you put your dukes up at cancer, cancer feels the defensiveness and says, oh yeah, baby, bring it. And I'm going to bring it too. It's looking for that challenge. That's the way those cells, they're renegade. They love divide and conquer. That's the way cancer works at a cellular level. They're renegade cells. So I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to find a way to coexist and to create an environment where those cells feel uncomfortable enough, just like that exercise in the shower. That sludgy energy feels the energy of, okay, I don't belong here, because now everything is shiny white and I'm just this big blotch. I don't belong in this energy field. It does have a consciousness to it. I know that's crazy for our minds to think about, but it's the same with the disease. You create an environment where it can't be tolerated. Those cells can't possibly live because you've changed the whole ecosystem. And that's what I'm asking you to do with your perspective. Really challenge yourself to say, okay, I'm waking up and here I am thinking, okay, what negative energies are going to come at me today? It's time to shift that. Start with some kind of a cleansing exercise, and if you can't get to a shower and you still want to do that, you can do that ball of light exercise anywhere. You could do it anywhere, absolutely. And it only takes a few minutes. Again, set your intention. I'm cleaning out anything blocking my positive potential. That's what I want you to focus on. And you use the you work like this, and you bring in positive light energy. I call you in, and you create a ball of energy. And when you get enough of it built, as your hands get closer together, you can feel the kinetic energy at play. And then use that like a ball, like a sponge, and go through your whole body, just like you would as if you were in the shower lathering up. Okay, the same thing. You need an energy reset in those moments, and then you got to challenge yourself to get some change going. You got to shift something in your schedule that day. You got to try something new. You got to go a different route. You got to infuse something that's different, because I think looking for negative energy is when you're too deep in. You've been walking a circle, like here in the forest where I'm sitting. If you keep walking that circle day after day, you create this little path, and eventually the path goes deeper and deeper and deeper and becomes muddy, and then your feet get stuck and you go slower and you're just like, ah. You become a zombie. You just walk in that circle like a zombie. And that is not what you're here to do. I don't care who you are listening to this. You did not come to the earth to do that. You came to contribute, you came to be part of something, and you came to create and have experience here on this magnificent planet. There is no deeper level of experience from an energetic or spiritual standpoint than coming to Earth. It is magnificent. And so just remember that, and that everything is a choice, and you are in control of your energy, but most importantly, your point of focus. And so if you're in that zombie state and walking in that circle and it's getting deep, it's time for change. You got to step out of the circle. And that can be a really small thing. But I would say, first of all, cleanse in some way using one of those strategies I mentioned. Some people, another idea I want to give you as a strategy is, I'm so in love with Dr. Emoto's work on water crystals. If you haven't looked that up, he's just phenomenal. You can put water in a water bottle and then put your hands around it and just close your eyes, have a quiet moment, and say, I infuse this water with whatever. It could be love, it could be joy, it could be my pure positive potential. I infuse this with that energy of the universe, this water, and as I drink it, that flows through me, and only that flows through me. Everything's intention, and you're changing your point of focus, and then throughout the day, as you're having that water, it is flowing through you, and know it is happening. If you look at his work, Dr. Emoto, I'll try to remember to maybe include a link to a video that you could watch about his work. It is stunning, and it's hard to refute when you look at the images. Really incredible and beautiful chemistry that happens when we allow those aspects of positivity to flow into us, and we can do that on a very tangible level. So that's one idea for that. So yeah, cleanse in some way if this is a concern you have, and really question yourself and find a way to change your perspective. And you got to start small. That's why I'm saying invite in a change of some sort for your day, because that breaks up that energy that is causing you this constant thought about protection. And then, you really got to go deeper, I think. If this is a perpetual thought you have, I would do some journaling. For me, that's what I've found to be the most effective. Or to talk it out with a trusted friend about why is it that I'm always so worried about protection. And really question, I think on a deeper level, do I believe that the universe is supporting me? Do I believe that a power that is greater than who I am as a little bitty human being is supporting me in my experience here? And if you don't believe that, that's something to really look into, because that's a core belief that is taking you to your knees over and over again. And everything is a choice, including beliefs. Beliefs become beliefs because we have an idea that we think long enough that it becomes a belief. And eventually it becomes a value by which we live our life. Like it becomes a law almost in our own being. So all I gotta say is everything is a choice. And if I'm any kind of living example, I've been going through cancer treatment since 2016. I had a couple of good years in there where I was cancer-free. But I've been going through treatment for a long time. And still I choose to believe the universe is supporting me and my path is supported. But it's as long as I stay in my pure positive potential. I can't get there if I'm constantly walking in that circle and here we go again with treatment and what side effects am I going to have? And believe me, I have my days for sure. We all do. But I'm talking if this is a perpetual thought you have, I think it invites you to do a deeper inquiry into that. And I invite you to join me that the universe is supporting you, is giving you signs. But understand that the energy, like I said at the beginning, the energy that you put out is what you get back, friend. It is. I've watched it too many times in both directions in my own life. And thankfully, I think I've largely changed that tide for myself. And so I'm telling you, I'm pure positive proof of it, that you can make this happen. You have to look at what am I choosing to put out there. And if you're always in this put up your dukes kind of energy, the universe is going to give you reasons to put up your dukes. That's the way it works. The universe doesn't judge. The universe doesn't care whether you're putting up your dukes or just in love with whatever is coming into your experience in a day. There's no good or bad in the universal energies. It's just energy. There's no judgment there. So you pick. You pick what is the perspective, the energy that I'm choosing to put out there, because I know it's reflected back to me. And it matters, and you have to be on top of it. Okay? There's my tips for if you want to protect yourself from negative energies. Check yourself at the gate. Check yourself. Cleanse. Get a little bit of change going. Get some new energy infusion going, and then go deeper if this is something that is a perpetual concern you have, needing to protect oneself, because clearly the world is an ugly, cruel place. There's an awful lot of light and good happening too. It's just a matter of which one you're choosing to look at. Which wolf are you feeding? That's it from me, friends. Bye-bye for now.